Could you tell us a little bit about how that idea came together to form Backstage Capital?
Yeah, I had gone through the life of being a indie tour manager. Then I started a print magazine. Then I started a blog that became popular. Then I went back to touring, but this time I wanted to be at arena level, and that meant starting from the bottom again. So I'd worked my way up to something that was looking good. And I started learning more and more about Silicon Valley because of things like Twitter and Airbnb. And then people like Troy Carter, Ashton Kutcher, Bieber, Ellen, all these people making investments in Silicon Valley. So I was curious, and when I get curious, I start researching. And I was like, oh, this is great. All those things I did before my 20s were startups, essentially.
Right.
And I never made any money off of it because I didn't know that there was a blueprint and there are roles that people could play and all of that. So this is it. This is where I'm going to start a company. I'll start a tech company. I'll raise some money for it and I'll be off to the races. And in order to do that, I knew I needed to research and I need to know my stuff. So I started researching, and in that research, I learned about venture capital. And there was something called I believe it's called the Diane Project that came out right around that 2014, 15-ish. It came out right around then, and before then you had seen these kernels of data that said 90% of venture funding goes to white men in the United States. And I think they make up 30% of the country or something to that effect, 33. And so I was like, I had to make this decision. I said, well, I think I can still raise money for my company, even though I'm Black and even though I'm a woman. I think I can still raise money for my company because, like everything else I had done, I'm just going to hack it.
Right.
I'll hustle my way to it. I'll figure it out because now I know the game.
Right.
I will be able to raise $1 million for my company and I'll be off to the races. But I also had this thing telling me two things. One was, what happens in your next round? If the whole infrastructure is not built for you, is it going to be like pulling teeth to get anywhere? And the other thing, which was even more important, was once you're there, even if you can win this game, is it a game you want to be in? If everybody else is excluded and you were the only to come in, or you were one of the only people to be in this exclusive group and be tokenized, probably. It just wasn't appealing to me at all. And it had been so appealing to me for several weeks or however long until I found this out. I was like, this is a promised land. And so it was in all of that where I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take that same entrepreneurial spirit and I'm going to build something, but it won't be a one-off company. My company will be this fund and this firm that invests in others. My customers will be underrepresented founders, and my product will be capital and other resources.